Welcome. In this video, we are going to see how our admission module works, how you'll be able to add in the new admissions, and how you can generate reports for your admissions as well. Now, first go to our admissions tab. Now, in admissions, we first have as what we call as the inquiry form. Now, for inquiry form is a short form which has basic details about the name, address, mobile number. This form can be shared to the parent by using the online inquiry link. That is the same link you see over here. You have to share this link with the parent. So, or you can also add it in your website or social media handle. So any prospective parent can come, fill the inquiry form, and you'll get an inquiry list. Based on your inquiry list, whether you want to confirm or reject the student, you can change the status. You can take a printout of the sheet as well. Now this is about the inquiry form. Now after inquiry form, we have an alternative called as pre-admission form. Now inquiry form is a shorter version, pre-admission form is a detailed version. The school can choose out of two out of which they want to go ahead for. But in pre-admission form, we have a lengthier form. Okay, now this again we have a link for the pre-admission form. It is your school's name / OA, that is online admission. The link of the same can be found in the admin dashboard as well. Okay, in admin dashboard you'll be able to find all your links. So this is the link which you can share with your parents, or you can also put on your social media handles or websites. Now any parent, if for example if they directly come to school, the admin can fill this form for them as well. Okay, you can either share the link to the parent so they can fill it themselves, or the admin can fill the pre-admission form from here as well. This form is a lengthier version where the parent has also an option to upload the scanned copy of the documents and more in parent details, and you can create custom fields for the fields which you feel are not available in the admission form. So you can try that. I always recommend all the admins to fill at least one demo form so that you understand how it works. Apart from that, in any field you feel that you don't want this as a mandatory field, or the particular field is missing, then you can go to admission settings. In admission settings, we have given you the option where you can add customized fields. You can also choose which fields you want as your first field, that is primary mobile number, if you want to take your email ID also of the parent. Then you can set your opening and closing dates of your form, so that any parent who wants to fill, they have to fill in between these dates, and the form will be available only on those days. Okay. Now apart from that, like I said, you can decide which fields you want to set as mandatory. Okay, these are all the mandatory fields. Out of these, if you do not want anything, you can tick and submit so that that field will be hidden. You can any other field you feel you do not need, you can hide those fields. You can decide what you want to be present in the notes and instruction part of your admission form printout, and which admissions for which classes you want to open the admission for. So you can decide the classes for pre-admission as well. Now, apart from this, for inquiry also we have certain fields that you can decide if you want to show or you hide. And for documents, which documents you want to, these are the 4 basic ones that we have. Apart from that, if you are collecting any other document, you can add the document category and submit. So the parent can enter a scanned copy against that category. Okay, so now this is about admission settings. Now coming back to pre-admission, like I said, again I would stress, you can either share the pre-admission online link to the parent that the parent can fill, or the second option is that the admin has to fill the form for them. In either cases, any new admission that comes, filling that form is mandatory. Even if you think that admission is offline, you have to make sure that there is an online record of that form. It has to be filled either by the parent or by the admin. This the school can decide. Now in pre-admission CRM, all the entries or all the admissions that have come, that will be they'll come in the pre-admission CRM. If you have a dedicated person who's taking follow-up with the new admissions, the person can enter a follow-up over here as well, so that the system will give them a reminder on that particular day to check out with the parent. Okay. Similarly, the admin will be able to click and open the admission form, check in the details that the parent has sent. Based on that, they can either confirm or reject that admission. In case if it's a duplicate entry, you'll be able to cancel as well. There is an option where you can set admission fees. Again, not admission. your fees, but admission form fees, that if you have any charges for the admission form, that is, let's say prospectus, or you have an admission form that you charge some nominal 100-200 rupees fees, then in fees pre-admission, in fees settings, there's a tab called as pre-admission fees, where you'll be able to set a certain amount for your form fees. I would again stress, these are your admission form fees. Okay, so you'll be able to set either prospectus fees or form fees against that pre-admission form. If it is there, if you do not have any other such fee type, you can keep that as it is. Okay, now you will get a Excel. You can take a printout of this. You can take a printout of all the follow-ups, and you can also have all this data exported to Excel from here also. Now, if you are collecting prospectus fees, you can check the fees collection report. Now, summary reports are very important to know how the school has performed regarding admissions. Now, in summary reports, you have to go to academic year, select show all. You'll be able to get a list. You'll be able to see how many admissions came. Out of those, how many are pending, how many did you reject, how many did you cancel. And you can take a printout of this. So this shows how your school has done regarding admissions for that particular year. If you want to check any documents that are submitted by the parent, in document report, you can search for a particular class, and if you click on the document view, you'll be able to see whether the parent has submitted that document, and if the parent has submitted, you'll be able to view and put a comment on that. So this is regarding the pre-admission module. Now, if let's say there's a scenario where the parent's admission is directly confirmed. Now, what you have to do as an admin, that is, you have to add the child to the system and do the fees collection against that child. Now, for that, what you do is you directly go to student admission. In student admission, you fill the student admission form. Here itself, you assign the child the package amount, that is the fees package amount, and fill the basic details of the child. Okay. Now, I'm just filling this as a sample so that you understand. Next step. Okay, we do have an option where we have a tick mark called as send login details through SMS. So once you fill all the details and you submit the form, there's a tab called as tick send login details through SMS. So as an instant, the moment you enter the child in the system, the parent gets a SMS which has the child's username, password, app link. So the parent can go ahead and do the login there itself. And once you assign the fees package to the child from here, you simply have to go to the fees tab, and in fees collection, you can generate a receipt against that particular child. Okay. Now, if you are adding that child via pre-admission, you have to make sure that you assign the fees package first before doing the fees collection. Now, all your school admissions, may that have come from pre-admission or directly from student admission, when you go to reports in general register, you can select the year and you can select the admission type and search. So you'll be able to see all the new admissions for that particular year. You get a count, and you can directly export this data to Excel as well. So apart from summary report in pre-admission, you have this method also where you can cross-verify how many new admissions you have for that particular year. Okay, so this is how our admission module works. In case of any doubts or questions, you can reach us on our support helplines. And again, I would stress that during each admin training, I had informed teachers to make use of the pre-admission form and the links of both online inquiry or pre-admission. You have to use either one, either inquiry or pre-admission. My preference would be you go for pre-admission because pre-admission is much more in detail and you can easily generate the summary records against the pre-admission. And also, every and each admission, may that be done online or offline, there has to be an online entry in the system. If there is no entry in the system, we won't be able to have a final tally. So even if, let's say, you have made a person taken an offline form of the parent, make sure you either share them the online link to fill the form again, or one of your representatives, while adding the system, adding the child to your physical general register, you can fill the child student admission form and add them to the system there itself, share them your login ID and password, and do the fees collection from the fees tab. Everything that has to be done has to be there in the system. Then only we can take out reports against it. So that's all about our admission module. If you have any questions or queries, do reach us. Thank you.